The best thing about my marriage was also the worst. And I want to unpack this for you in this video. But before we dive in, I want to tell you this is likely not what you think. This is not a drama-filled video about being strong enough to leave and I'm so much happier now and I should have done this a long time ago. That's not what this video is about. What I want to talk to you about is how this separation woke me up. Yes, my marriage had problems. Did I contribute to many of them? Absolutely. I have owned 100% of my 50%. And the best thing that happened from my separation was that I actually discovered what I was actually looking for that I never admitted, because it would have threatened the identity that was giving me all of my worth. And the reason that the separation was the best thing that happened to me was because it forced me to ask the question, why can't I connect with another person? Why don't I see currency in relationships? Why don't I see value in putting people before projects and pleasure and all my performance goals? And when I realized that it was too late, I had to look at myself. So number one, relationships are your teacher. I hear a lot of people say, oh, never get married. Everybody should get married to learn more about yourself, because relationships are a full frontal mirror. And a marriage will teach you more than any book, any therapist, any coach, any course will teach you. It is what's going to reveal all of the ugly inside you. And I unfortunately just ignored my ugly. The stuff that I never got in check were my moods. If things didn't go Vince's way, I would become a whiny little biatch. I was just moody, and I would make sure everybody around me would know that I'm in a bad mood. My ego, all right? I was very driven by success and wanting to be the best, and I wanted people to know who I am, and I was very driven to win. My need for control, I didn't even know, I never would have considered myself a controlling person, but I realized that through the marriage, I needed things to go my way. If things didn't go my way, I would get very upset. I was very, even simple things, like what we're eating and going to see a certain movie and just plans on the weekend. And I would become like a little whiny boy if I didn't get my way. Then I had insecurities, a lot of things around, I needed, a lot of words of affirmation. Again, these aren't bad things, but I wasn't able to build myself up. I needed other people's approval and affirmation to feel good. I also had an inability to lead spiritually. I always wanted to be the leader of the family. I had this vision of praying with the family and talking about the sermons after church and reading the Bible together. But for some reason, I never took lead in that. And I think it was because I was afraid that if I revealed that I actually cared, then I would gain an identity in being somebody who had relationships, which is what I really wanted. But I was getting all my identity from being a successful businessman. And I was afraid that I would lose that if I started putting time and energy into something else. Isn't that freaking crazy? I discovered all this through a lot of therapy, and I think I had also a lot of unresolved pain from my past, from trying to fit in and trying to be important and trying to make a name for myself, that I was willing to do whatever it took to be successful. Not because I was trying to impact the world, but because I was not comfortable in my own skin. Number two, it was painful enough to want to change. And I honestly don't think men change unless they are in extreme pain. At least don't change for permanent, long-term. I honestly, from my experience, men need to be hit in the skull with a sledgehammer to wake up, right? And even some men will continue to go back to their old ways. That just gives them a fighting start to be able to actually look in the mirror and stop running. I love who I'm becoming. I love that I'm more connected to my kids, especially. I feel like I can have much more deeper conversations with people. I don't see talking to somebody as a waste of time and what am I getting out of this? I feel like I'm a much better coach. I'm a better listener. I feel like I'm a better man. I've got a long ways to go, but I like this more connected version of me. I like this version of me that is more vulnerable, more open, more transparent, someone I feel who's more healed and sees value in these things and doesn't put all of his stock in what he has, but who he's becoming and how he feels. I actually do put value on how I feel at the end of the day, right? Because that takes work as well, where I don't need to feel like I'm always progressing to feel successful, right? And to feel content, that is a skill set. To learn how to feel content, that is not to be lazy, but to actually be grateful, that is a skill set. And to embrace your process. So I've had to learn how to have new standards, how to have new boundaries, how to build this new identity of what I want the new me to be. And honestly, I don't think I would have taken this process, I wouldn't have even considered it, but this pain is what woke me up and made me not want to experience it again. And finally, I think this separation really woke me up to the gift of time. I believe it's never too late to start doing what's right and to start rebuilding. Even if you're in your 50s or 60s, this all happened to me when I was 42. And I did not expect to be here when I'm 45. I did not anticipate life being in this place when I was 45. This is not what I expected, but here we are. And I realized that it does not take a long time to turn your life around. It is a single decision. It is literally a moment in time where you decide to transform your mind and say, I am not gonna go with the old. I am actually going to simply make better choices. I am not a victim. I need to make simply better decisions from here on out. And within 2 to 3 short years, forgiving yourself, doing the work, healing, looking at yourself, taking true extreme ownership, you can completely change your life. And if something like this has happened to you, you can get back on the dreaming stage, the desiring stage, and you can recreate your best life no matter what. But it does start by taking extreme, radical responsibility for how you showed up and how you're going to start showing up from here on out. So I am not proud of this. This is not something I'm going around bragging. I'm not promoting divorce. I'm not promoting separation. I believe that, marriage is a sacred thing. I said a covenant vow, but this is how the cookies crumbled. And I'm not gonna lie on the ground and cry myself a pity party. I already did that for way too long. I am focusing on being proud of the man that I'm becoming. And I wanna just tell you that if you're in a rough season right now, don't waste the pain. Let it be your teacher and let it help rebuild your path towards growth, towards healing, towards wholeness, and building the life that you want to create. If you're in a rut right now, I just dropped a video called How to Quickly Get Out of a Rut. I think you're gonna love it. It's a great next video for you to watch. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, level up or level off. Ciao, ciao.